At a time when science was slowed down by technology, Stephen Hawking, crippled by Lou Gehrig's disease, stepped up and showed the world his success in science despite his condition. Because of this, science now understands the universe better and the world is a bit wiser. Stephen Hawking is a cosmologist and professor working at Cambridge University in London, and his achievements are far beyond those of the average mentality. Hawking has written many theories that appeal to some and outrage others, but has shown that people can do anything no matter what limitations or obstacles there may be. Born in the middle of World War II, January 8, 1942, in Oxford, England, Stephen Hawking grew up in a world recovering from war. Hawking's parents, Frank and Isabel Hawking, wanted their son to focus his efforts on education. Hawking's teachers saw much intelligence within the young boy's mind, even though Hawking did not initially succeed in the academic field. He was awarded a scholarship in March of 1959. He then began college at Oxford University at the young age of 17. He found the academic work ridiculously easy, taking physics and chemistry. As his time at Oxford continued on, Hawking got more active and lively socially. At the oral examination, as Hawking was on the borderline of a first and second class honors, he said, quote, "If you award me with a first, I will go to Cambridge. If I receive a second, I shall remain at Oxford, so I expect you will give me a first." Stephen Hawking. Hawking then began his graduate work at Cambridge and started to experience severe physical problems. He took a fall on some stairs, had difficulty rowing, and his speech started to slur. His family noticed the problems when Hawking returned home for Christmas and got him some medical attention. He was diagnosed with motor neuron disease at age 21 in 1963 and given 2 years to live. Hawking then fell into a deep depressive state and felt there was little point in continuing his studies. Eventually, Hawking came back swinging and publicly challenged the works of noted astronomer Fred Hoyle and his student J.R. Narlikar. Hawking received his doctorate of philosophy from Cambridge in March 1966, defying a life expectancy of 2 years, having been diagnosed in 1963. After graduation, Hawking continued his work, contributing much to the scientific community, working in several collaborations with other well-known philosophers. His first book, The Large-Scale Structure of Space-Time, which was written in collaboration with George Ellis, was published in 1973. Hawking, still deteriorating, kept working and finished his first draft of his most best-selling book, A Brief History of Time, in 1984, and called upon the help from Peter Guzzardi to finish revising the book. It was published in April 1988. Hawking gained academic attention from the general public because of this, and many colleagues became envious of Hawking's general popularity. Hawking received several awards, including the Gold Medal of the Royal Astronomical Society and the Wolf Prize, which Penrose shared. Hawking continued his work, and though his condition slowly became worse, he became more successful at a faster rate.
If there is one thing you want people to understand about your work, bearing in mind that most people will never understand anything about your work, what would that thing be?
Imaginary time. People think it's something you have in dreams, or when you're up against a deadline. But it's a well-defined concept. Imaginary time is like another direction in space. It's the one bit of my work science fiction writers haven't used, because they don't understand it.
Hawking published his second most best-selling book, The Universe in a Nutshell, in 2001. God Created the Integers appeared in 2006, which focused on the mathematical breakthroughs that changed the world. Hawking continued to present theories that showed that God did not create the universe, and that the universe created itself. This outraged Christians all over the world. Hawking also touched upon why artificial intelligence is a bad idea.
In a recent op-ed column, you said, and I quote, "Success in creating artificial intelligence would be the biggest event in human history. Unfortunately, it might also be the last." Are you saying that robots are going to destroy humanity? And is that a scientific argument or the pitch for an amazing movie?
Artificial intelligence could be a real danger in the not-too-distant future. It could design improvements to itself and outsmart us all.
Nowadays, many people label Hawking as the smartest man on the planet, and he has certainly done a lot for us.
In 2006, you said, "In a world that's in chaos politically, socially, and environmentally, how can the human race sustain another 100 years? A month later, you said, "I don't know the answer. That's why I asked the question, to get people to think about it and to be aware of the dangers we now face." So, It's now been 8 years since then. No pressure, but have you come up with an answer yet?
I still don't have an answer.
Oh.
At least the chance of nuclear annihilation has diminished, but there are plenty of other dangers out there.
Hawking pushes us into being smarter about our scientific decisions, and while he has been quite controversial towards religion, he is someone we won't forget anytime soon.